This time I have an LG DV490 DVD player. This one here has a complaint of no disc. At least that's what I was told when I received it, that it doesn't play. So we're going to take a look at this one and see if we can get this one to operate. These things aren't worth anything, so if it's anything major, we're not going to do anything, but if it's something I can get going without having to put any parts into it, then it will be one that I will try to get going. Let's check it out. I was trying to read. Okay, so it shows that there's no disc. So it has a reading problem. Let's pop it apart and see why it's not working. I'll try just observing what it's doing. Now this is a DVD-R, but that should not be an issue. I mean, this player is modern enough that it would play DVD-R and DVD+R. It should also play the -RW and +RW, and of course CDs. You can hear it grinding away. And then it just stops. Okay, well, I guess it's not reading properly. We saw the motor spinning, so it's like, yeah, the sled's moving. So it's not the sled motor that's sticking. I wonder what's going on with this thing. We'll just check the disc. I guess it could be a dirty laser. It also could very well be a problem in the power supply. It could be bad caps, but it could be just a dirty laser. Just looking to see how I get at this one. I don't know if this cover comes off or not. I don't think it does on this design. Also could be the spindle motor for that matter. Usually when the motors go bad, though, it's more of a problem where they'll play and then they will stop, or they'll skip. This one features 1080p upscaling. Nice little player to add to my collection of players. This is mine. This is the first of a few things that I received in the last week that I'll be going over. Okay, front faceplate's off. I can unplug that, I guess, here. Huh, it looks like it's got a display. I didn't see anything lighting up unless it's really dim. Alright, the drive is here. Got this nice big flex cable that goes down to the main board. That's got the, I guess this is just for the laser. This flex cable is for the motors. It has all three motors connected to this one. I'll first inspect and see if there's any broken teeth on these gears. I don't feel any spots where it's sticking. And it looks like this is one solid assembly. This top rail doesn't come off on this for the disc clamp. Some of them you can remove the disc clamp. This is part of the chassis on this one. I think if I pull this over, that will open this up. The belt down here, but it appears to be okay. Yeah, good tension on the belt, so it's not the belt. Well, we know that because it wouldn't load if it was. I'm going to get a Q-tip and just wipe off the pickup. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but the pickup itself, I think I'll grease the rails here. We'll wipe off the pickup and just try it like that. Let's see. It looks like it's trying to read. Like the disc is spinning, but it's just not reading the disc. So I'm thinking maybe the pickup itself is dirty. I don't know if you can see it on camera or not, but it doesn't look to be too bad. It's not covered in dust like some of them, but I mean, some of them are just completely covered in dirt, and that doesn't appear to be the case on this one. It actually looks to be pretty clear, but there could be a film on there that's not showing up on camera. I'm just going to try cleaning this lens anyway. Okay, and what I think I will do is I'm going to check those capacitors in the power supply, the ones that have given trouble before on these. We'll pull this out and we'll check some of these ones for ESR. Since I've got it apart, I'll just go back in here. Somehow this goes back in here. Like that. Just reattach the drive so that it doesn't fall out and damage the ribbon and cables. So undo the power supply first. Take off the power connector, get that out of the way, and unplug the power supply. Rectifier, replace fusing resistor as marked. A little fusing resistor here. We'll just make sure that these primary caps are discharged, as I don't want to get a surprise. In other words, I don't want to jolt. 33 at 250 volts is what these are, so we'll just make sure that these ones are discharged, which they are. Okay, these are the low voltage caps on this side, and these are the ones I want to check to see whether any of them are going high ESR, and if any are found to be starting to creep up in the ESR department, I will just change them out. I'll measure them in circuit first and just see how they look. 0.06, that looks to be probably okay. 0.19. 0.2, I think that's probably okay. 0.1, now these are all looking good. Okay, well, I'm just going to throw the power supply back in, and we'll try playing a disc. Maybe it was just the pickup itself was a bit dirty, and if it plays, I'll let it continue to play just to make sure that it plays a disc through. Because sometimes you get bad pickups or bad spin motors, and they'll play for a while and then they'll stop. Put the front panel back on because the buttons on the front need to be connected. It's kind of a neat panel on this. It just snaps in place. Doesn't get any easier than that, that's for sure. Okay, I'll plug it back in, and we'll just see whether this thing, anything changes on how it operates. Power buttons here. See, I don't see any. Oh, it does say hello. It's just very dim. So it does read. It does have a display. It's just a dark green, very faint green display. I'll try that same disc that I tried before. Close it. See, it spins. I'll see what it says on the screen here. Is it going to read, or is it going to just say no disc? Oh, well, that's an improvement. Okay, I'm going to let this thing play and just see if it continues, see if there's any problems. But, you know, I would have never have thought that looking at that lens, it did not look to be dirty. But I guess maybe there was just a bit of crap on it, a little bit of film or smoke or something that was causing it not to read. But now it's reading because that's all I've done. I haven't even lubricated the mechanism. Don't know whether I need to, but maybe I will put a bit of grease on the rail. But I'm going to let this thing play first and see. We'll let it play through and see if it'll play this disc. I'll skip through the tracks here and just see how it goes. It's looking good so far. Everything seems to be tracking up good. Hey, airplanes can't do that. They can't hover. This was recorded on a Panasonic PVS 350 Super VHS camera. And no, it didn't have any image stabilization. There's someone standing there with us, an old VHS recorder with a separate camera plugged into it. There's the end of the show. This was just the raw footage. I've edited this and put it up on my channel, but this is the raw footage that I started out with. I got the remote for it too. Set up. Did you hear that? Might have a motor problem. When it's going at a specific speed, I hear a lot of noise coming from that motor. I mean, it's not skipping. It's just I noticed that motor sounding a bit noisy. Doesn't seem to change though when I turn it upside down or anything, which you would expect if it was a motor bearing. It would change when you turn it on its side or upside down. It would change the weight, but it certainly is making noise. Let me just go to the next track. Still doing it. Okay, it's not coming from the disc. I stop the disc. It's still making that noise. Oh, psh, duh! It's the other player. I was wondering, where the hell is this noise coming from? It's the other player mounted up on the wall. When I use the remote control, it's also an LG. I turned it on. That's what am I hearing things? It's that one, the one that I use for testing content. It's an LG as well, and of course it responds to the remote. That's the player I had apart, right? I threw the top on it, so just the disc is exposed. I thought it's cool to be able to see, hanging up on the wall, it's cool to be able to see the disc spinning and see the laser on there. But that's the one that was making the noise. Yep, seems to do it right at the beginning of the disc. Could be the motor on that one. Wouldn't surprise me. It's got tons of hours on it. Before I close this one off, I want to see just what type of discs this unit supports. So I've got some audio CDs in various formats. This is a CDR audio disc. Let's see if it'll play this one. It should. Which it does. Fully expected, because after all it's an audio CD. This is a CDR MP3 format. See if it plays that one. And of course, it will play it. Will it play it in random is what I'm curious. Because some will play random and others will not. So let's just stop this. I want to see whether this will play in random mode. And the answer to that question is no. So you can program tracks in random. Be nice to be able to set it up. That's one of the things I like about my Sony Blu-ray player, is that you can set the music to play in random, and it will not only support MP3s on a CDR or a CDRW, but you can also play them on a DVD-R, and for that matter, a Blu-ray disc. You can load thousands of tracks onto a single BDR disc and put them in the Sony player and put it on random, and it will just play those tracks in random. It's a great feature and that's one of the reasons I bought that little Blu-ray player that I've got, is because it had that feature. Plus I can plug a memory stick in with music and have it play off that too. But I find it's just more convenient to load a bunch of stuff, make a playlist basically on a DVD or BDR, throw it in the player and it'll play whatever I've put on the disc. This one does not appear to allow me to play in random. This time I'm going to try a CDRW. This is MP3. This has got Music Bakery content on. It's probably the one I should be playing around with to see if it will play in random or not, because it's 178 tracks on there, royalty free. So you can load your tracks. And now it'll just play those tracks over and over again. But it's going to play them in the order that you put them in. So that is how this will work. I've got another disc I want to try. Actually, I got a couple more discs I want to try on here. I've got this is a DVD that's got my music backup. I want to see whether it will play audio tracks in MP3 on a DVD disc. Chances are it won't, but we won't find out unless we try. I know that my Blu-ray player does, but this one apparently does not. Oh, hold on, I lied. It does. Interesting. So you can load up a bunch of MP3 tracks and it will play them. So now you've got a couple thousand tracks on a disc, a DVD disc. Again, unfortunately though, because it only does repeat in track or all, it does not have random. That makes it kind of useless as far as using a machine like this as a music player, unless you loaded up specific tracks and didn't care that it just played them all in that order. But it will play music files that are burned onto a DVD disc. The other disc I want to see if it will play is, I've got an S video CD. Will it, and that's recorded on a CDR. Will it play an S video CD? And will it play this disc in the oddball formats off that light on? Cannot play an S video CD. I didn't expect that it would. Most players will not. A lot of DVD players will play a video CD, but they won't necessarily play an S video CD. So I just wanted to see that, and no, it doesn't. This is another DVD. This was recorded on a light-on recorder that had all the different modes that it could record in. And this player actually recorded things a little bit differently than a lot of others. So let's just skip through and see how it recorded. As you can see, the picture is starting to get quite soft there. You just saw the way I recorded this. I used a Dynex Blu-ray player that has USB playback, and I was able to. It has a composite output and an S-video out. So I was able to take, these are HD files. I was able to take them and have them output as a composite signal that I recorded on a standard DVD recorder, just to kind of evaluate it to see how that light-on handled the different speeds. As you can see, as I went down through the different speeds, the quality started to diminish. I think I did one with the Toshiba that had the 10-hour speed on it. If you can imagine how bad that was. I've probably got that disc around here somewhere, but I recorded it in the 10-hour speed. Completely unwatchable. Las Vegas is certainly not like it was back in the 80s when I recorded this, when I filmed this. Bloody cats destroyed my stairs. The white cat there is huge. He's only about, I think maybe not even a year old there. That cat is he's a part ragdoll, and he's the size of a house. He's like about 23 pounds. The cat's huge. Anyway, this machine is working. I'm going to say let it play some more. If I don't continue the video, then it's fine. I'll say thanks for watching. If there's a problem, I'll let it play, then I'll shoot some more. But at this point, I think this machine is working okay. It wasn't playing at all before. It was just coming up with no disc. And now it's playing every disc that I put in, with the exception of the SVCD disc, which I did not expect it to play that. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.